Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Today, from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Buffalo Bills taking on the New England Patriots.
We are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Allen going to go to the air right away. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They run for the first time with James Cook. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. This defense for the Pats, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives them a 1st and 10. Now Allen. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Credit on that one defensively goes to Asante Samuel Jr. 2nd and 10. But you look at this Patriots defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And this is one of those something's got to give games. You got the number 1 passing team in the NFL against the number 1 defense against the pass. A lot of times the battle's in the trenches. We know that. We see it all the time. But this game's going to be won on the outside. I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward. No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. Douglas, the man in motion. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On third down, here's Stevenson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to Stevenson on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week: 10 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
It's been a strong season for him thus far, sitting currently 7th in the NFL in rushing. He gives our offense really good flexibility because if he's gashing a defense, they can ride him to an early lead. But the defense sells out to stop him, that opens up their passing game.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. We're scoreless after 1. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Again, it's Stevenson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriots score. A great effort there.
His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Allen now looks to throw. He'll dump this off to Cook. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Keon White able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And here's Ryan Wright now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 43. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10.
Possession back to the Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson headed out with the offense.
So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in that huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say, take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility as people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
Well, these two teams, you might remember, met in Foxborough earlier in the season with the Patriots winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The tight end Henry here in motion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bell. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll set up to throw. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Patriots will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Throwing on first down is Allen.
High throw, but he makes the catch. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Allen going to throw. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. That'll be complete to Cook. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson.
So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, and it's the Steelers who are out in front. A touchdown run for Najee Harris. Next, we head off to check out another game, and you can see currently they trail in that ball game. Amari Cooper, well over 100 yards receiving, and a touchdown catch as well. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they lead the visiting Packers at halftime. Wan'Dale Robinson, a touchdown catch in that first half.
A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. They're going to look to throw. It gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Stevenson now on first and 10. Down to the 42, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw here. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
He'll drop to throw. And he is caught. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 26.
A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll run the toss here with Stevenson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
That's complete. Demario Douglas with it.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. 3rd and 7 now. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. In motion, the tight end. Now back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Back to throw again.
There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Allen's throw complete to Shakir.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Now a handoff, Stevenson.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Ramondre Stevenson.
25 yards.
And the Patriots are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Allen to throw it.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, Allen setting up the screen for Cook, pushing his way through, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Allen's throw is complete, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. Now Allen again. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
After the sack, 3rd and goal now from the 12. Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Curtis Samuel, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. This now a 3rd and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught by Douglas. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Stevenson is into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing now is Allen. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One final try here for Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
2nd and 5.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds Douglas complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, that late touchdown stretching their lead a bit further here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, this undefeated team once again looking sharp in this ball game.
And how about what they've done on offense? Because prior to this game, we didn't expect this offense to play as well as what we've seen in this one. They decided to jump out there and jump up with the rest of the team and help preserve their undefeated status.
Now Myers for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a New England touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Pats, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more